These companies all believed they could replace people. Tesla, Klarna, IBM, Duolingo, and many others followed the same dream. They were certain machines could do it better. But now, quietly, they're realizing how wrong they were. Why are corporations so obsessed with removing humans from the equation? And why, after all the promises, are our jobs still here? The strangest part? One of the most spectacular failures happened before the AI revolution even began. Our first story begins with Elon Musk's 2017. This wasn't the age of chatbots or generative AI, but the obsession was already there. The belief that machines could outthink, outbuild, and outperform humans. And Musk wanted to prove it. His vision was bold: a self-running factory, a machine that builds the machine. A Tesla plant so efficient, it would almost erase the need for people. Cameras, sensors, and robotic arms, moving in perfect rhythm. A futuristic ballet of steel and code. Most car factories had automation, sure. Robots have painted, welded, and lifted for decades. But Musk didn't just want some robotics. He wanted pure robotics. An assembly line so advanced it would make humans obsolete. And this vision landed on Tesla's biggest gamble yet, the Model 3, a $35,000 electric sedan meant for the masses, the car that would take Tesla from niche to mainstream. To make it work, Musk set an impossible goal: 5,000 cars a week by the end of 2017. But almost immediately, the dream began to crack. Inside the factory, reality hit. Robots jammed. Conveyor belts froze. The rhythm broke down into chaos. Machines designed to work non-stop were now stopping dozens of times a day. One arm that placed wheel liners failed 4 times a week. A seat-installing robot broke 5 times in a single day. Another, meant to feed bolts into frames, would simply stop mid-motion, leaving half-built cars stranded. At first, Musk refused to believe it. Every failure meant another line of code to rewrite, another redesign, another midnight meeting. The team tried to fix software, then hardware, then both. But the problems weren't just technical. They were philosophical. Tesla had built a system so automated that when something went wrong, there was no one left to fix it. Engineers couldn't even reach the jammed components without tearing open the entire assembly. And preventive maintenance? Almost non-existent. The dream of lights-out manufacturing had turned into a nightmare of constant downtime. Machines that were supposed to move like clockwork became the bottleneck of the entire company. Then came the Model 3 itself, stuffed with new tech, software, and design quirks. It wasn't just a car, it was a rolling experiment. And all that innovation made the robots panic. As Musk would later admit, we put too much new technology into the Model 3 at once. By early 2018, Tesla was burning billions. 9 years in, and still no consistent profit. Every week of delay pushed the company closer to collapse. Investors grew restless, employees burned out. Musk slept on the factory floor, fighting to keep the dream alive, one error code at a time. When asked later how close Tesla came to bankruptcy, he didn't hesitate. About a month, the machine that builds the machine was on the verge of killing Tesla itself. So Musk did something unthinkable. He dismantled the dream. He ordered human workers back onto the line. Outside the main factory, Tesla built a massive tent, a temporary structure nicknamed the Sprung Project. It looked improvised, desperate, a last resort. But inside, something remarkable happened. Hundreds of workers assembled Model 3s by hand, and suddenly, it worked. Production flowed. Cars rolled out. The numbers finally began to rise. The company that nearly automated itself into ruin was saved by human beings. No new robot, no new algorithm, just hands, sweat, and teamwork. Musk took it personally. He later tweeted, "Excessive automation was a mistake. To be precise, my mistake. Humans are underrated." That moment, years before ChatGPT or AI CEOs, became a quiet warning to the entire tech world. Automation can amplify success, but it can also amplify failure. The machine that builds the machine didn't just teach Tesla a lesson in manufacturing, it exposed a truth every company chasing AI would soon face. Without people, even the smartest system can collapse. Because behind every machine, there's still someone who has to make it work. The failure at Tesla should have been a warning, a story etched in fluorescent light and midnight oil. A company nearly brought to its knees, not by incompetence, but by overconfidence. The belief that machines could shoulder everything humans could not. Yet instead of caution, other companies saw inspiration. The myth of the self-running enterprise had been born. Executives watched Musk sleep on the factory floor and didn't see exhaustion. They saw devotion. They saw a man fighting his own creation and somehow winning. And they thought, if automation almost destroyed Tesla and still made it legendary, imagine what it could do for us. What they missed was the subtext. Tesla survived not because of its machines, but because of the people who rebuilt them by hand. It was not the first time the world misread a warning as a roadmap. During the dot-com boom of the late 1990s, companies with no profits and no products were valued higher than century-old businesses. The internet was supposed to erase friction, remove humans, and run on pure efficiency. It didn't. And when the bubble burst, trillions vanished overnight. 2 decades later, the pattern returned. The cryptomania promised decentralization, a system without trust, without oversight, without human failure. Instead, it produced some of the most spectacular human failures of all, from collapsed exchanges to stolen billions. Then came the metaverse, sold as an escape from human imperfection, a virtual Eden free of mistakes, fatigue, and consequence. It didn't revolutionize work or life. It just reminded people that reality, messy as it is, still matters. And now, the cycle repeats. Only faster, more seductive, more intelligent. The new gospel is that AI will run everything. The code, the meetings, the marketing, the music, even the empathy. It's sold as inevitability. The charts rise, the demos impress, the headlines applaud. But behind every promise lies the same fragile assumption that perfection scales. It doesn't. The reason history keeps looping is simple. Every generation believes it's the first to truly solve humanity. The same hubris that filled early internet boardrooms now fills AI conferences. You can almost hear it in every keynote. This time, the code understands us. But machines don't understand us. They imitate us. And imitation without interpretation always breaks under pressure. Tesla's machine that builds the machine wasn't a failure of technology. It was a failure of philosophy. Automation works when it amplifies people, not when it replaces them. The moment we flip that equation, systems crumble. From factories to finance to art. When Musk said, "Humans are underrated," most nodded politely and moved on. Few realized it was the most important sentence of the decade. The irony is almost poetic. A man obsessed with replacing people ended up proving why they can't be replaced. And yet, the world learned the wrong lesson. They didn't see Tesla's near collapse as a warning. They saw it as a prototype. When GPT arrived, soon followed by Gemini, Claude, Grok, and Meta's own experiments, a quiet panic spread across almost every industry. Artists, coders, writers, musicians, support agents, all felt it. That slow, cold question creeping in. Will this thing replace me? And within months, it started happening. Business leaders, drunk on the promise of AI efficiency, began to see humans as outdated hardware. A new era was being declared, an AI-first future built on lower costs and faster output, and few were as vocal about it as the buy now, pay later giant Klarna. Klarna's CEO, Sebastian Siemiatkowski, was mesmerized by ChatGPT. He even called Klarna OpenAI's favorite guinea pig. That enthusiasm would soon have consequences. By 2023, Klarna froze hiring and began cutting deep. 5,000 employees dropped to 3,800, then 2,000, then less. While workers feared for their livelihoods, Sebastian bragged about progress. He claimed AI chatbots handled 2/3 of all customer chats within a month, replacing around 700 service agents almost overnight. He called the layoffs natural attrition. In his own words, I can already do every job humans can. It's just a matter of how we use it. But Klarna was only the beginning. In Australia, telecom giant Telstra cut nearly 3,000 workers as part of its AI rollout. Over in Canada, Shopify's leadership sent out a memo that chilled the room.